Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is finding solid niches and concepts. All right, super important stuff here. Um, Again, concepts is what I look at as the most important part of this business. So we need to know how to find really solid, great concepts and niches. Without concepts that resonate deeply with your intended audience, your success ratio will greatly suffer. You want your success ratio to be as high as possible. We talked about this earlier. So your confidence can stay high as possible. The lower your success ratio gets, the harder it will be to be confident. You want to keep a high spirited mood in your office. You never want to work with a low spirit. Pedro and Mariana made a smart choice early on to focus the majority of their attention on finding solid concepts. Huge. Write that down. Finding solid concepts was the majority of their attention. This is something that I repeatedly push to them, and they listen. Other people will force the power launch, and I definitely talked about launching a lot, but I always made it clear that concept was the most important thing. So that's one of the things that you should spend most of your time on, because choosing the correct concept will make or break your campaign. There's two different type of concepts. We have cookie cutter concepts and we have tailor concepts. And it's very important to know the difference between these two. Cookie cutter concepts or scalable concepts, they're ideas, concepts that have a base punchline which can be used for many different niches by interchanging one or two words. So it's a base punchline for the concept, and then if you can switch out the niches just by changing different words. So what's wrong with that? Nothing really. There's nothing really wrong with cookie cutter concepts. It's just been abused, and it's the majority. If anything, that's the majority of the industry. You kind of want to look at and see if this is something you should be doing. If everyone is just following it and everyone's doing it, you got to kind of step back and ask yourself if that's the best way to do it, or do we think that's just the best way to do it because everyone's doing it? So cookie cutter concepts, they're fine, but it's the imbalance that causes trouble. Only focusing on cookie cutter concepts and not, the more you do that, the further you get away from actually being close to the audience and coming up with concepts that are personal. Tailor concepts, they're ideas that are personal to the niche at hand. Using their terminology or describing their personality are easy ways to capture their attention for a tailored concept. So if it's something that kind of uses their words, their language, or describes them to the T, or describes their job to the T, something like that, those are tailored concepts. It's something that gets real personal. There's cookie cutter concepts that could be tailored concepts, and when you have these, it's kind of huge. And that's kind of what the next shirt that I have here is. So just to show you guys the difference here. I sold a lot of shirts to the Italian niche using a concept I originally found for the redhead niche. It was hell hath no fury like a pissed off redhead with an Irish temper. That was a concept I found on Pinterest. This is the shirt. All right, I ended up selling 30 shirts. Now, although this concept was originally found as a tailored concept, when I saw this, tailored, it checked off in my mind. Oh, this is tailored. Redhead, Irish. Those are two things. Those are personality traits. And they match those two, redheads with Irish. So automatically that's a tailored concept. But what I also found was that it's also a perfect match for the Italian niche. So that instantly made it into a scalable cookie cutter kind of concept, a small one, because it's not going to work for most niches. But there's obviously, it opened up the world of possibility for a couple other hair colors and nationalities. Italians identified with the same exact personality trait, right? So both redheads and Italians could relate to having this strong attitude, right? Like no, hell hath no fury, like a pissed off them. So that turned a tailored concept into a scalable concept. All I had to do was find find out what hair color was predominant in the Italian culture, and make the change to Hell Hath No Fury, like a pissed off brunette with an Italian tipper. So that moved it in from a scalable concept, from a tailor concept to a scalable concept. And unlocked that possibility. Now all I had to do was start changing the hair color to different nationalities. So the Italian went on to sell about 800 shirts overall, and I just constantly keep relaunching it. I actually just relaunched it again yesterday, and sales start coming in. I'm just launching it every once in a while, and I don't know how long this will last. I mean, I've been selling this for a very long time, just relaunching it. That's another good point. Like, always relaunch your winners, because there's always new people that'll like the page that the pages that you're promoting. There's always people that didn't have the money last time that might have the money now. When I have these kind of winning campaigns, I'm always just relaunching and relaunching and relaunching, letting it not relaunching actually after a time of having it sit for a minute and then relaunching after maybe like a month or two. That's the case for this one. So at the time of making this slide, it was at 800 sales overall, but I just relaunched it yesterday and we have sales coming in. So this is a great lesson on cookie cutter / tailored concepts and on the art of testing. I found a tailored concept in the redhead niche, but was open-minded enough to be aware of its relation to the Italian niche as well. My first stab at the concept sold 30 shirts, and I could have simply moved on to a totally different campaign, but I tested the concepts on Italians and ended up selling way more shirts to Italians than redheads. And I also went to try different nationalities, Puerto Ricans, Germans, tried pretty much all the nationality hair color mixtures that I could, and I had some other successful campaigns, smaller scale, but Italian was the best one for this particular concept here. But basically, always remain flexible and open-minded. Keep an eye out at all times, because when you're truly focused on something, opportunity and ideas show up everywhere. You just have to pay attention when it comes. Have a balanced focus of both tailored concepts and cookie cutter concepts. Try to have a healthy balance of it, but focus more so on connecting with the person and actually making sure that if it is a tailored concept or a scalable concept, making sure that it deeply connects with the niche. And remember, some cookie cutter concepts fit so well with certain niches that it just feels like it's tailored. So that is pretty much it as far as finding solid niches and concepts which you want to focus on. I think these two shirts here are a great example to show you, like I said, keeping your mind open and the difference between cookie cutter and tailored. Cookie cutter, tailored, as far as what you want to choose for necklaces, both of them work well. Just remember, keep in mind the kind of buyer emotion you're going for as far as soft spot pride that we talked about in the last video. But this is the crucial part. This is the crucial stuff as far as solid niches, choosing solid niches. You guys think of anything else at all?
No, really good content over here. So I think we have some winning campaigns with the stuff that you just explained. So it's really, really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that it's 100% clear for you guys, and I think this is it. Again, we're all about not overcomplicating things, and what we just talked about in this video, this is the essential things that you need to keep in mind at all times. Remember, solid concepts, they're extremely important. Almost number one, if not number one. In my opinion, they are number one. I only say almost because it's a debatable topic. But the truth is, you definitely should spend the majority of your time on concepts. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, let us know. But we did try to explain everything as clear as possible as far as what you need to do now to get set up and running as quickly as possible. All right, guys. See you in the next video.